Hey, how's it going? So right now I'm going to be going through the etymology of money and going through how the word actually came about, because through the words you can actually have the understanding of what it actually means. So money has Money. So Mon is very important. So Mon is mon, or which means one or only or so. So this is why you only have one type of money in a country. So it's highly improbable that the country that you live in has a lot of types of money, unless if you live in a country that doesn't have a type of money, which is in some countries, such as Namibia, has two different types of money, which is its own currency and another country's currency. But then you look at other countries like Zimbabwe, which doesn't have a currency, it just has legal tender, which is not a currency. Legal tender is just a piece of paper that is used to tend to bills and stuff like that. So it's not a currency, it's just a tender. So mon means the only. So mon or money is what we have as the only type of money in a place. So this is where we also get the word monarchy. So all of the money is a legal tender which is created as a currency by a monarchy, by an overarching government or whatever it is. So all of the governments started as kingdoms which had a monarchy. So the monarchy had a monopoly of monopoly of the monarchy. So the monarchy was the king or the queen or whatever, and this monarchy was able to create the monopoly in money. So there are instances in the olden times where people used to use bones, and in England, the king, which I think is one of the King Henrys. What he actually used to do as a ruler, he actually used to get a stick, and then he would break the stick like in half or something like that, and then he would give you half of the other stick. And then he would do this to like a million sticks, maybe not a million, but he do this to like 1,000 sticks, and then he give people the other half of the stick, and then when they come back to pay for something, they just have to measure the stick again. And as a ruler, as the monarchy who has monopoly of the money, he was also the person who would rule, like who take a measurement of that stick or take a measurement of your weight of the money or something like that. So this is how it actually came about, that the rulers had the monopoly of the money in any monarchy. So this is where that word comes from. So the word money is also interesting in its Greek roots, Roman roots actually. The Romans gave the Greeks gave the Romans the languages, which comes from Egypt, which comes from Egypt through Phoenicia. So what happened is whatever used to happen is this, that there was a moneta, which is actually a monster that used to show up, and then whenever it used to show up, it would be a warning to the president, not the president, to the monarchy, that they're gonna win or they're gonna lose. So this was the monster or the moneta, which is where the word money comes from, and in that aspect. So they used to see this as a premonition. So this premonition is a warning. So money was that monstrous warning. So money is still the monster. So the monster being something that is huge, that is deformed. So this is something that is still money, the premonition. So this was something that used to note that used to give the people a notice that, all right, there's impending danger. So they ended up creating this temple of the goddess of warnings. Okay, so the goddess of warnings is called Juno Moneta. So the Moneta is the warning part, and Juno is the first name, Juno Moneta. So Juno Moneta was the temple that they created a temple to Juno Moneta because she is the goddess of worship, of warnings. So they created that temple because they wanted to be warned of any impending danger. So what ended up happening is that that temple ended up being a mint. So the moneta, the moneta ended up being the mint. So the vowels were dropped, and just how language works, it just metamorphosized, and then the moneta is the mint. So even today we print money in a mint. It's minted because it's money. Why is it in mint? So it's in mint condition because it's printed from the trees. So the money is the tree, the mint, the condition, but then it comes from the moneta. So the etymology of money is pretty interesting, and it comes from mon, which is the monarchy, the monopoly, the monster. So this monster is where a monster is something that is demonized, demonized. So the money is in the demonized. That's kind of scary, but this just speaks to the intimidating nature of money, the monstrous effect that it still has on people, and the reason why moneta is Juno moneta, which is the premonition, which is a warning, is why we still call money notes or notices. So this keeps a measurement, or this notifies you. It's a monitor. The money is a monitor. So it's a note. It's a notice that notifies you. So this is why we call them bank notes, because they are just notices. So money, or MON, which creates all of these words, the monster, the monopoly, the monarchy, comes from the word Monday. So Monday is a moon day. So moon is where the money comes from. So that's crazy. But so the moon deity used to be worshipped as a deity that gives people money and wealth and stuff like that. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm just thinking that, yeah, some people would see this and think it's crazy. But yeah, that's just how it is. The MON is the Monday, or the moon. So this moon is actually where we get the word man. But that's besides the point. So so with this moon, so the word moon actually is MONE, money, money, like Monday, but MONE. So this is money. So this actually means measure. So money is measure, which is the original name for the moon, which is measure. So the moon is very important in the money, because the moon controls the waves in the ocean. Money is a currency, which is water that is flowing in a river, governed by a bank, and it flows in a current. And all the rivers go to the ocean. So all of the money is governed by the ocean, right? That's why it's cash flow. So so the moon is the money. This is why people get paid at the end of each month, because it's all the money. So you get the money at the end of the month, because that's how it is for men on the earth. So this is the correlation of this, and this is just how it is in terms of the etymology. So the etymology is the word and how it comes about. So the etymology just reveals a whole lot of information due to the words that are used. So through this, you can discover that whatever we call money is this mechanism. So yeah, the moon is created by God, but the sun, the moon. So the moon is Mon, the sun is Sol, SOL. The moon is MON, and and then we just see, like, in the olden days, the coins used to have the pictures of the moon or the pictures of the sun and things like that. So now what we have is just money, and we have different words for this money. Some people call them bucks, like dollars or bucks, and a buck just comes from the fact that in in the American area, in North America, when the settlers came to colonize, they used to trade money as, like, they used to use deer buckskin as money. So then they just used to call them bucks. But now what we use are just these dollars, this money, and and the relationship with everything that is monopolized. The things that you say are in everything. Like, the money is just a note, a notice. It just shows you something. The moon, in terms of its meaning, just means the measurement. So this means to measure, and money just measures the value of something. So, in saying all this, you should be aware of the role of money in anybody's life, in your life. Money is not a thing to be worshipped, but it is a thing that is used. So it's just a commodity that is used for transactions. But a lot of people have, or everybody has a need for money, but a lot of people have, like, diverted all of their attention to the money only, and not the value that it brings to them, to other people, and to things like that, to society. So that is the problem. So in all of that, the importance of money is how it enriches you, enriches your life, or it frees you, so that you can do what you're here to do, because you're here to do something. So that something is going to be aided by money. So you're gonna be aided by money. But money is just a measurement. Money is something that is created as a monarchy's monopoly. So this creates all monarchs, and money is monstrous. Okay, it's monstrous. So money is also a warning. So it's a note, a banknotes, just to measure, okay, to notice something, gives people premonitions and things like that. So yeah, so this is just the etymology of money. So I guess that's that. But money is an interesting topic, very very interesting topic, and everything else that pertains to it is also pretty engaging. So thank you so much for watching this, and if you'd like, you can just look at the links, some books that I've published that you might be interested in, some video courses about different things, about trading, about money, about finance, about life, and things like that. So yeah, just check that out, and if you have some questions, just ask me. I'd really love to answer those. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch this.